such rapid change in the media industry, the need to constantly upgrade and maintain our knowledge, skills and experience has never been so important. Take Abe for instance. The technology Abe learned his craft on is no longer the next big thing. He's recently completed a qualification but hasn't had any experience with the systems in place at SBS. So how does Abe continue to learn? Let's take a look. SBS supports the 70-20-10 learning philosophy. The basic premise of 70-20-10 states that learning is a continuous process and is driven by the individual. 70-20-10 broadly defines learning as occurring through actual experience 70% of the time, through others 20% of the time, and through traditional classroom-based methods 10% of the time. So how might the 70-20-10 philosophy apply to Abe? Well, if 70% of what is learnt is accumulated through real life, on-the-job experiences, then we could expect to see Abe learning a new system by working on a stretch task, where he needs to problem solve and be observed by those in an expert capacity. Basically, learning is through doing. If 20% of what he's learnt is through dialogue and feedback with others, then we might see Abe being coached by his manager, or mentored from an expert internal colleague or external contact. And if 10% of what he's learned is accumulated through more formal teacher-led methods of learning, then Abe would attend relevant industry presentations and enrol in courses and qualifications. So what does this all mean? Well, firstly, we're not dismissing the role of formal education and teacher-led training. It's just a new way of looking at what we've always done. When you think about starting a new job, there was no manual or specific set of instructions. You had to learn it through doing the job and communicating with your colleagues. The old cookie-cutter sheep-dip approach to learning has served us well in the past, but we know it's not the best way to learn. To ensure we maintain competence in what we do as individuals, we need to control what we learn, how we learn, and when we learn it. In Abe's case, the best way for him to learn a new system might be to draw on the expertise of others and practice through hands-on experience. From person to person, the best way to learn something is dependent on that individual and their goal. Further to this point, we need to pull on learning when a problem or challenge arises, instead of waiting for the learning to be pushed on us. The act of pulling means the individual is in control and committed to bridging the knowledge and/or skill gap. Having learning pushed on us when we don't see its immediate value means we're less receptive to the learning and unlikely to use the new knowledge or skills. While Abe is ultimately responsible for his ongoing learning and development journey, his line manager plays a critical role in ensuring Abe has the opportunity to utilise and share his newfound knowledge and skills. When discussing goals and development plans, line managers need to clearly communicate what's expected of staff and clarify the standards. When used effectively, both my career and ongoing coaching sets Abe and his manager up for success.